Okay, folks, the market is tanking right now. Bitcoin's back below 80K right now as we speak. That's because I'm here on the Monday, right? Monday trading session. I'm recording this video. You might see it if you're not in my Discord about 12 to 24 hours later. But right now, basically, it's panic stations because Bitcoin's back down below 80K. It's no surprise to us because we've been saying that for all this time. And then the reason why is because the NASDAQ, as we can see here, is tanking really badly. Now, most people are not going to believe me, but see, look, SP 500 down 2.7%, and that's really bad for SP 500, and then more than 4% for the NASDAQ 100. Most people still not going to believe me. Let me just show you why that is true in one chart. This is a recap of what we did in my last video. Basically, the red line here is NASDAQ SP 500, and the purple line is the NASDAQ. Purple line is NASDAQ, and red line is basically SP 500. And this price, you see, that's actually Bitcoin. So you can see how much influence, right? How much influence basically the stock market has on the NASDAQ. When the stock markets tank, Bitcoin crashes. When it goes up, Bitcoin goes up. When it crashes, Bitcoin crashes. When it goes up, it nailed the top of basically Bitcoin 2021 top, nailed the bottom of 2022 bottom, and now it's making this turn right now, and we should be very careful, right? Let's have a have a look. This is what it looks like right now. Basically, Bitcoin, I've put it onto a log scale, all right? So it looks like, it's not falling as much as the stock market. Stock market is only down like 8% for the 8% for the NASDAQ, 8% for the for the SP 500, like 12-13% for the NASDAQ. So this fall is 30% already on Bitcoin. The fall is actually much larger right now. And what influenced the stock market? Most people refuse to listen to this. Most people refuse to listen to basic logic that I talk about, like things like the economy, things like the stock market is probably the most influential factor on Bitcoin. People just get blindsided by Bitcoin maxis, and they don't listen. So now I'm going to teach you guys the logic and of what this is all about, why we're having this crash, how low Bitcoin is going to go, and if markets are going to rebound, bounce up or not. Before we do, let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses an exchange that is basically non-KYC. So basically, when you use it, you don't have to show any ID. That means the exchange can't even see who you are. Of course, Americans then can use it. That means you don't have to, the IRS can't see you, the tax office can't see you, CIA, FBI, nobody can see you. And look at this, right? You get a chance to win. That's the deal I've made, the Pablo deal with Bitunix. Chance to win a Tesla Model 3, a Rolex, or a Vision Pro just by trading. But the offer it ends in like 2 days. Offer ends in 2 days. So this is the only link to sign up. If you're watching this on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. It's in the description below. But if you're on some other platform such as this one, then basically just go to my profile page, and you see on there, and you see basically there's the Stan link. We just click on that Stan link, and there it is. It's basically the link right there. But only, remember this, folks, only on this link, only on the Pablo link for this deal. Okay, now let's have a look at what people don't believe me when I say, oh, look, Trump just wants a recession. This is basically exactly what he wants. Folks don't. Okay, folks don't believe me when I say that. And why are the stocks crashing? I've explained the situation a number of times before if you guys have been following any of my videos. And here is a very quick summary of it once again. Here we go. Right, let's see. Here it is. Oh. Okay, here we go. Trump actually just wants a recession. That's actually all he wants. He just wants bond yields to come down. And usually bond yields come down in tandem with a recession. He can't help it because he's facing a huge situation where he has to finance $15 trillion of debt in the next 4 or 5 years, when the Chinese and the Japanese aren't even buying, and Japanese are huge American allies. He literally said today interest rates took a big, beautiful drop. I want to do what has been done 24 years, which is balance the federal budget. Yeah. Okay, folks. So now we can see that that's pretty much what Trump wants. I mean, it's not saying, I'm not saying that's like a bad thing. That's like, you know, he wants to wreck the US economy or anything. He just has no choice because right now, look, what he's dealing with is this, the US 10-year Treasury yield. Can you see it? Okay, let me, that's here. US 10-year Treasury yield, 4.42%. Right, that's already gone down quite a bit because Trump has managed to get that yield down a bit. But if he basically has to finance something like $7 trillion in the last in the next 6 months or so, and if he doesn't get this yield down, he's going to have to finance it at something like 4.2%, which is quite high for the U.S. government. He wants to have it down like 3.5, like, you know, even below 3 if he can help it. Everyone wants to borrow cheaply, right? So how is this affecting the stock market? Let's have a look at where the support levels for SPY is, because believe it or not, hey guys, you know, I keep on stressing this. Who by now still doesn't believe that Bitcoin basically follows the stock market? Like I literally showed you guys that it follows the stock market on almost every move, right? So I don't know what any more to say. Do you think it's important? Where's Bitcoin going to bottom? I've said it for a long time that Bitcoin bottoms something like 73K, right? It's 78K bottom. It should get taken out. Said that for the last 2 weeks, and here's the reason why. Once again, for folks who aren't listening. So, for example, let's have a look. This is this is Bitcoin chart right now. It's still, the logic is this, right? Bitcoin basically made a low at 78K. That means a lot of people are going long here, trying to go long here with a stop loss just underneath that, right? That looks like in the last hour or so, we've already taken out that bottom. Probably takes it out a little bit more, probably dips into 77K, take out all the longs with the stops here, and then bounce, right? Doesn't matter if it bounces today or tomorrow, depending on the stock market. Again, depending on the stock market, I think this 73K level is basically where Bitcoin wants to go. We get a big wick there and then bounce. And a new all-time high is actually possible after this. I know it sounds crazy, but guess what? This is actually being only a 32% fall. We haven't even hit 32% yet. We're only like 28%. If it hits 73K or so, that's only a 33% pullback. That's like nothing in Bitcoin history. It happens all the time. So now, do you guys believe that the stock market is actually hugely important for the Bitcoin for Bitcoin price? If you believe it now, then let's have a look at where we're going to find support on the stock market. We have the most important one right now, which is SPY. The reason why SPY is important is because it's the SP 500. It's the 500 largest stocks in the US, whereas NASDAQ is basically only the tech stocks. It doesn't include stocks such as Goldman Sachs, such as General Electric, Ford. You know, I know it sounds boring, but those companies are a measure of the health of US. Green channel comes from this. I think the SP 500 is going to bounce off this green channel. We've had the pivot low, pivot high, pivot high, pivot low, pivot high, kind of a pivot high, pivot low, and then 2 or 3 more pivot highs before SP 500 broke through and went on a more steeper tangent of rallies. And now, since then, right, its bottom support has been pivot high, a pivot low, pivot low, pivot low of this green channel. So this green channel has proven to be very, very useful and sturdy. So I think we get another pivot low here and bounce. And this is something like 550. So it's only another about another 2% away, 2% away. And keep in mind that if we were to measure this entire move, the Fibonacci, you want to call it 0.786 or 382, whatever you want to call it, is roughly in this 550 area as well, right? So I think we get a bounce off this 550 area. So once again, the logic for Bitcoin is something like this. Let's see, where's Bitcoin? The logic for Bitcoin is something like this. So I've explained this a number of times before, but I think so already it's taken out the 78K low, as I've been saying. So either we get, a dip down here and bounce, depending on the stock market, or more likely, I've been saying for a while now, I think the target is 73K. As soon as this 91, 92K support was broken, then I said the support, the bottom level is around this 73K area. A cool wick down and go to like 72, 71K, right? If stock market shits the bed, and it could even go to 69K and bounce up, but that depends on the stock market, right? We're kind of pretty close already now. I do think Bitcoin can continue its bull run because this is, as I said, a 33% pullback is actually quite normal. So, like it's still maintaining structure of higher highs, higher lows. Let me just put it on weekly so it's easier to see. Of higher high, higher low, 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 even at 73K, right? Even if it goes to like 69K, it's still a higher low, bounce off the old top, and we could get a bounce easily over 100K, if not a new all-time high as well. So, okay. Right. And for all the Aussies out there, Pablo uses SwiftX for Australian trades. I like the on-ramp and off-ramp on SwiftX. The link is in the description below. Thank you for your time, folks. I'll catch you for the next episode.